Here's the discussion of One Piece 1106, Giant Nation and Sun God Nika. Dory and Brogy finally arrive at Egghead Island. Can this reinforcement enable Luffy and the others to successfully escape the Bastard Call or even thwart it? Come and see the complete review of the One Piece 1106 discussion in the following article. The beginning of One Piece 1106 shows that the theory of some readers is not much off. Bonnie was actually helped by a pacifista in the form of Kuma. However, the widely circulated theory actually discusses the Seraphim version of the figure of Kuma, also known as S-Bear. In reality, Vegapunk apparently gave the highest hierarchy to Bonnie specifically for pacifista in the form of Kuma. The question is, can S-Bear also be ruled by Bonnie like other pacifistas? It could be that whatever happens, Vegapunk will still be targeted by the word government. Vegapunk is currently releasing everything he has planted so far to betray the word government. So it's actually a bit strange that Vegapunk is only now saying that he's ready to face the consequences, considering he's been targeted since the beginning of the Egghead arc. Maybe this part is more accurately described as confirmation that Vegapunk has gone too far and cannot side with the word government again, no matter what happens. After Saturn attacked Vegapunk, what happened next felt so short. Kizaru tried to attack Kuma and Bonnie, but was immediately thwarted by Luffy, who had just gotten back up after eating until he was full. Unfortunately, it is still a mystery who actually saved Luffy and took him away. If it's true that Karibo did it, it could be that he wanted to take Luffy away but in the end he ran away with himself because he was afraid of being surrounded by the Navy. Guess who is responsible for helping and feeding Luffy? After a long time adventuring as a pirate, Bonnie finally met Nika, which is Straw Hat Luffy. The rise of Luffy in Gear 5 form also seems to trigger the movement of giant robots from the ancient kingdom. The last time these giant robot eyes appeared to light up was in chapter 1092. Does this mean that the sound of Nika's drums is the energy this robot needs to move? Or is the sound just triggered to turn on the robot? If so, what is that made this robot able to move 200 years ago? When this robot attacked Mary Joyce, at that time there shouldn't have been a Nika figure because according to the Gorosei, the Hito Hito no Mi Devil Fruit model Nika had not reached awakening for centuries. So what actually triggers the movement of this giant robot? The last page reveals that the figures who will come to Egghead in the previous chapter are Dory and Brogy. The arrival of Dory and Brogy could be said to be proof that the Gorosei was worried about actually made sense. This section indicates that the Gear 5 Luffy figure spread through the poster succeeded in making Dory and Brogy realize that Luffy is the incarnation of the Sun God Nika. At least this indicates that the giants understand what Nika's physical characteristics are like. And perhaps like the Buccaneers, the giants also know that Nika has a rubber body. As a result, Dory and Brogy can immediately conclude that Luffy is the incarnation of the Sun God Nika just from the poster alone. If more people knew Nika's physical characteristics and recognized Luffy as a rubber man, it is not impossible that more people would hope for freedom from the Sun God Nika. Moreover, the symbol of the sun and the figure of the Sun God have been discussed several times in various parts of the One Piece world, so it would not be strange if there would be more people who are aware of the connection between Luffy's all-white figure and the figure of the Sun God Nika. But in any case, the current conditions are not at all favorable for Saturn and the Navy. With the arrival of the giant pirates and the turning of the pacifista's side in the form of Kuma, it is clear that Luffy and the Straw Hat crew will survive the Bastard Call this time, or maybe they will even thwart it. So what do you think about this chapter? Try writing in the comment section.